Good evening. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to the Library of Congress Packard campus. Hi, my name is Larry Smith. I'm a nitrate film specialist, which basically means I handle the films made before 1950, back to about 1891, I think is the oldest film we have in this building. And tonight's a really special occasion, but first we have to take care of a couple of rules. Anybody here for the first time? Yeah, I heard that voice. Well, you're going to hold that in about 20-some hands. Well, that's wonderful. It is free. We're glad you came, but we have simple rules. There's no eating or drinking or talking during the movie. We ask you to refrain from talking because that kind of takes people out of the magic of what's happening on the screen. So don't talk or we'll take you out back and beat you up. We ask you also, take out your cell phones. If they're not turned off now, please turn them off because we will confiscate them and sell them on eBay. Uncle Sam needs the money. I'll show you how to turn it off here. Boom, just like that. Okay. Be sure to pick up a flyer on your way out. You'll find out about many wonderful things coming up here at the theater, and there's going to be a really great movie playing downtown at the State Theater. Anybody know what's playing tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Gettysburg. Gettysburg. Anybody know who directed that film? Ron Maxwell, that's right. I can tell some of you have seen his movies and you're a fan. Also in tonight's audience we have, I love this, extras from the film. If you were an extra from tonight's movie, raise your hand. And I think there was one, maybe two gentlemen. Okay, they're not going to raise their hand, they might be shy. Also, we have some volunteers who work with the Wilderness Battlefield. Raise your hand. Big supporters of Wilderness. There you are in the back. Thank you, sir. Tonight's film is 219 minutes. It tells a lot of story fast, but there will be an intermission. About 2 hours into the film, we'll take an intermission, about 8 minutes, so you can stretch your legs, go to the restroom, get a drink of water. Then there'll be 4 minutes of mood music called an entr'acte to get you back in the mood for the second half of the film. So 2 hours, we'll have an intermission, then another 2 hours, the second half of the film. Now it's my pleasure to introduce to you someone we didn't even know he was coming, but things kind of worked out so he could make it. We've been open for, I guess, since 2008. We've had a couple of movie stars, we've had some special guests, but tonight, our very first director. Tonight, we're going to have Ron Maxwell himself introduce the film. Unfortunately, because of scheduling, he won't be able to stay for a Q&A, but I think it's great that he came and he can tell us a little bit about the film. Ron, would you please come down front?
Hi, thanks for that welcome. Thank you very much. Sometime we made Gods and Generals in 2001. We filmed it. Some of you know that we filmed it in the Shenandoah Valley, and we also filmed in Western Maryland, in Washington County, Maryland, and we were based between Stanton and Lexington. And so we shot the Battle of First Manassas in the Shenandoah Valley. We shot the Battle of Antietam in the Shenandoah Valley. And of course, this version, the theatrical version of Gods and Generals, which, as you were just told, is 3 hours and 45 minutes of running time, we had to condense it, and so Antietam, that whole sequence is not in the movie that we released theatrically, but it is in the director's cut, which we worked on in 2010. We spent 6 months, went back to Hollywood. I live in Virginia, I'm just up the road in Rappahannock County. But we went back to Hollywood and went back to the original footage and added the hour back that we took out of the theatrical version. So if you go online, you can pick up the director's cut, and that has the Antietam sequence in it. That has a subplot with John Wilkes Booth. Very interested to see what performances he was doing. We have him in the real plays he was doing in Chicago and Washington and other places, so that William Shakespeare becomes almost like a Greek chorus to what's going on in the American Civil War. And there's more camp life. You see more of the evenings with Jackson and his lieutenants, and more camp life with Joshua Chamberlain. So I recommend it to you. I'm going to watch a little bit of the film with you. I haven't seen it projected from a print, and I understand that this meant the projectionist, he tells me, it's a gorgeous print from the original theatrical release in 2003. Yeah. Well, some of you know we filmed most of the movie in the Shenandoah Valley. We filmed a lot of it in Western Maryland. We also filmed in some historical spots. We filmed in West Virginia also. The whole sequence of the Battle of Fredericksburg, for instance, was filmed at Harper's Ferry. Which, as you know, I'm sure most of you have been there. If you haven't, highly recommend you visit it. It's an extraordinary museum, living history museum for American citizens and our foreign visitors to visit. We transformed it into Fredericksburg, which you'll see in the film. So a combination of shooting in Harper's Ferry and visual effects. And the pontoon bridges are real. We actually built pontoon bridges and we marched the army across it. It was a big production. It was 72 days of filming, 6-day weeks. I'm still tired thinking about it. Well, without further ado, thanks for coming. It's great to see such a great big crowd and on such a beautiful day you're coming in and watching this movie. We're very fond of it. Thanks for coming. Hopefully you'll see you tomorrow at the Gettysburg screening.
Thank you.